If I could go back to being 30, if I could stand in front of that young man with his dark hair and his head full of plans, I wouldn't give him lottery numbers. I would grab him by the shoulders, look him in the eye, and tell him the only thing that matters now. I would scream at him, stop preparing to live and actually live. I turned 89 last Tuesday. It was a quiet day. I sat in this chair, watching the sun move across the floorboards. See, when I was 30, I was a builder. Not with bricks, but with time. I had this absolute belief that life was something that happened later. Life was the reward you got after the work was done. I worked in insurance. I told my wife, Eleanor, we just need to get the foundation right. 5 more years of this grind, El, and then we can relax. Then we can buy the boat. Then we can really start. I truly believed that happiness was a destination, and I was driving the car. I just had to keep my foot on the gas and ignore the passengers. I remember a Saturday when I was 42. My son, David, was 10. He came into the study where I was working again. He had a baseball glove. He just stood there, tapping the ball into the leather. Thump, thump, thump. Not now, Davy, I said, without looking up. Dad has to finish this. Go ask your mother. He stopped tapping. I could feel him watching me. Then he whispered, okay, and he left. I finished the work. When I went outside, he was gone. He was over at the neighbor's house, playing catch with the father next door. I felt a pang of jealousy, but I smothered it with logic. That neighbor drives a rusted sedan, I thought. My son will have a better life. I measured love in security. I measured success in safety. Then came the turning point. 65, retirement, the finish line. I drove home to Eleanor. We had the brochures on the kitchen counter. Italy. We were finally going to rent a villa in Tuscany for a month. The reward, 2 months later, Eleanor found a lump. We didn't go to Italy. We went to the oncology ward. I didn't hold wine glasses. I held a plastic basin while she was sick. There was a night, near the end. Her hand felt like a bundle of twigs in mine. I was crying. I'm so sorry, Elle. We were supposed to go to Italy. I waited too long. She looked at me and whispered, Tommy, I didn't want Italy. I just wanted you. She died 3 days later. I am 89. I live in the house that I paid off. It is a very big, very quiet house, and I would trade every single brick, every dollar in the bank, for one Saturday afternoon in 1974. I would trade it all to hear that thump, thump, thump of the baseball again, to throw the ledger on the floor and play catch with my son until the sun went down. Nobody tells you this when you are young. They tell you that delayed gratification is a virtue, but they don't tell you that time is not a bank account. You cannot save it up. The coffee you drink this morning is the only coffee you are guaranteed. If you are mentally already at tomorrow's meeting, you are throwing away the only treasure you actually possess. Don't be a ghost in your own life. I spent 40 years being a ghost. I was always 5 years in the future. Now, I am in the future, and it is empty. Don't make my mistake. Take the trip, throw the ball, hold her hand while her hand is still warm, because the perfect time never comes. There is only time, just time, and it's gone.